So I feel like it's mandatory that I start off this Rush Hour movie review by doing... Sorry, that was really corny, but honestly, that was probably one of my favorite parts of the movie, and just like the absolute vibe that both our main characters had. And so, let's start from the beginning. Honestly, going into it, I've always heard so much about Rush Hour. It's a great movie. Everyone loves it. The chemistry, the acting is brilliant. I was like, yeah, whatever. But one of my friends came to town to visit me this summer, and we were looking for a fun movie to watch. And now we wanted to laugh, and having heard Rush Hour and wanting to have some action combination, we immediately tapped in. And this was a fantastic movie. 5 stars out of 5 stars. And I've been giving a lot of movies really high ratings recently. I think it's just because I'm seeing a lot of good movies right now. But this movie was absolutely fantastic. The way that they really spliced the plot and the development of the story into just character building, world building, and action scenes really was flawless and had a synergy that I haven't seen in a movie in a long time. The fact that they were able to not force action scenes and make stupid things happen really reinforced my love for Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker. I mean, I feel like these two characters individually are super impressive. I mean, we have Jackie Chan, who's one of the most notable action movie artists that can do all these different stunts himself without having to have a stunt double. And you have Chris Tucker, who's probably one of the funniest people in the world at this point in time, and just seeing their chemistry match almost flawlessly is pretty impressive. And also seeing where they're coming from, where you have a black guy from America and an Asian guy from China, and obviously not many similarities between them, but both being actors and having a love for cinema just really pulled through, and I feel like that's what carried the movie. Now honestly, the rest of the cast was really entertaining and did their thing as well, but I feel like the two main actors really stole the show just with how flawlessly they were able to conduct their role. And it didn't feel like a movie. It felt like it was an actual real life thing happening, and this was just documented in the process that followed along. And I feel like one of my favorite things going off the story was how every clue would be really built into the flow of the story. It wasn't like, oh, there's this piece of paper that says this, we have to go here next. Like, no, it actually made sense, where each person that was talking would reveal some piece of the puzzle. And then, you know, Chris Tucker, who, you know, you think you underestimate him throughout the whole movie, but really he has his shit down packed. And I just feel like it was so impressive the way that everything felt so immersive, but also so entertaining. I mean, I loved every single second of this movie. If you have not seen it and you have not listened to any of my other recommendations, this is the one to tap into right now. Do it. Oh my goodness, I loved it. I'm only halfway through the second one, which honestly I really enjoyed as well, but just haven't finished it yet. And once I heard that there were more movies, I was like foaming at the mouth, like I gotta watch all these things, because that first one is genuinely so good. I love how they have it set in China at first, and then they move it to America, really giving you a diverse view and perspective of, you know, these two different worlds, and also how the police forces differ. Of course, you know, they're definitely stigmatized within America, but I feel like at this time in the world, it definitely wasn't as stigmatized as it is now. And so it was cool to really be on the side of the cops, and it made me think about Bad Boys. In fact, one of my friends told me that Bad Boys is worse than Rush Hour. And now honestly, at first I was like, there's no way. I love Will Smith, easily one of my favorite actors, but he low-key was cooking. Just the organicness of the action scenes and the pure comedy and chemistry that these two actors had between them. Like, I don't know if they spent like a week in a cabin by themselves. I don't know how they became such great friends just from filming this movie, but it was just so clear that they loved working with each other, and everyone on the cast, on the set, was just such a vibe, clearly. And I really did enjoy this movie experience. I cannot rave about it enough. If there's anything that current directors or movie makers should be taking from this, it's that you just have to let the actors be themselves. Just let their energy flow through them. I feel like when you really try to write people in a box, it takes away all that personal passion and drive that they have for being an actor in the first place. And that's why I think this movie was so successful, that you could tell that the director just said, do your thing, be yourself, cameras rolling, and that made it seem so much more organic and original, which is definitely something that's missing these days. I feel like we have such a cookie cutter idea of what an actor or actress needs to be in a specific role, and it just requires them to bring a little bit, a little bit of that flair and pizzazz that really made them an actor in the first place. And I think that's something that's really missing these days, and I would love to see it be reintroduced to specifically the Marvel Cinematic Universe, Star Wars, and really any movie. I just feel like once you're able to take your little quirk and make it into your calling card in a sense, that's what makes it so beautiful. Again, I really encourage you to watch this movie. I had an absolute fantastic time, and I can't wait to finish the second one. Without further ado, please make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, and as always, I will see you next time.